Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today, we're drinking bourbon. All right, Ben, I am really looking forward to this review.
Yeah, this is actually a review redo. We've got BAM Old Tub. So as I said, this is a review redo. This was actually one of the first whiskeys we ever reviewed.
Yes.
Almost 3 years ago now, so I figured it's probably time we could do another review of it and get into it.
Yep.
This was actually supposed to be a limited release when it came out in 2020.
So when our channel just started, this was like hot and
Yeah,
very
it was.
opinionated. Like there's some people that have very strong opinions, and I landed on the loved it side.
Yeah, for sure. People either loved it or hated it, I feel.
But I've not actually revisited it in a year and a half, maybe. I don't think I've had it in quite a while.
Yeah, well, we both liked it. So again, this was supposed to be a limited release that was only at the distillery, and then it was a limited public release.
Yep.
But it's been here ever since. Bottled and Bond, Jim Beam product.
In the $22 range,
Yep.
typically, sometimes 18 if it's on sale, and I've seen it at 26, but.
Yeah. Nice and cinnamon forward on this one.
Yep. Very much a kind of like a distillery traditional profile, but a little bit leans heavy into the cinnamon forward.
Yeah, it does kind of have the nutty vibe, but I think it leans a little more into the corn as well. It's like I've always gotten like a very cinnamon cornbread note from this one. And again, like we said, a lot of people either just seem to love this or hate it.
Yeah.
It is a little different.
It is
I
a
will give you
tad
that.
different than Old Granddad.
Yeah.
But that's another one that's
But
maybe on the...
It's in the same category.
think
I
so.
think in the original review I said it's probably not the same mash bill, the high rye. Probably retracting that over the years now
you
that
think
I've had
so?
it a little bit more. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. So, well, anyway, let's get into it. Cheers.
On the nose, obviously, it is cinnamon is the prominent note.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, now let's get into it. Cheers. It's coming across a little different today than I remember it.
Really?
Yeah, just a little bit.
So I'm getting...
Truth be told, this is the second bottle. I bought 2 bottles because they had them on sale for like $15, which
Okay.
I'm buying that every time.
Sure.
And I think this could be just the first bourbon of the day, you know? So let me have a couple more sips here, but get into what you were going to say.
So I'm getting really interesting notes. It is 100 proof, and that's noticeable, but it's not a sledgehammer in the face kind of high proof. Like, unfortunately, the downside of having so many samples recently is we've had so many really good bourbons
Yeah.
that we've kind of pushed our average proof point up.
Are we becoming bougie? Is that
Well,
the problem?
I hope not.
We've been lucky enough to sample so many good whiskeys now.
Yeah. But
No, I do really like this. This is a
it's got
good...
great flavor profiles.
Yeah,
It's
I
got
think
like a lot of candy like notes to it.
it does. Yeah, it's got the cinnamon. We had this in the Bottled and Bond battle that we did a couple years ago, and this won out for you.
Yes.
And that kind of solidified your Old Tub fanboy status.
Yes.
Because back then you were all about
I was,
Old Tub.
and
You were
I
all in on it.
felt like I was on an island by myself because
I
everyone
remember-
hated me.
Dan and I actually introduced you to Old Tub, and you were kind of making fun of us for drinking it at first, jokingly, of course.
Well-
and then you had it and just absolutely loved it.
It was one of those things, like all of a sudden it just popped up on the internet and it was everywhere. People were talking about it, and having never had it,
Yeah.
I made an opinion that I reached the opinion that it's probably going to be bad, and it turned out I was wrong.
Yeah, it's really good. This one we did find after drinking it for a while, and I'm almost hesitant to say it because I feel like it's going to... I didn't notice it until you noticed it and you brought it up, and now I taste it every time we have this. There is a little bit, and if you don't want to ruin Old Tub for yourself, earmuffs for a second here, there's a tiny bit of a Play-Doh note.
I don't get that so much on this one today.
Really?
I'm definitely getting more Big Red Gum.
I'm getting the Play-Doh note a little bit more on the nose. But yeah, the Big Red Gum, it's that style of cinnamon.
Yeah, right.
Like the candy cinnamon.
Candied cinnamon, yep. But this is working for me today. Admittedly, it is earlier in the day.
I think if you've never had this, what's interesting about this one is that, yes, it has some Jim Beam kind of notes to it. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's kind of in the old granddad bonded sort of wheelhouse. But it definitely, there is something that it brings that's kind of unique to it. Mm-hmm. And I think if you've never had it, for the $20 that it costs, it's totally worth a try.
Right.
I mean, you may hate it, I guess, because some people do.
Sure.
You may love it. But I think this is a good kind of just standard kind of go-to sort of one to have on the shelf. Just a daily, falls into that daily pour sort of category.
Unless you absolutely know you are a strong disliker of cinnamon.
That's true,
general.
yeah. If you don't like cinnamon, this is probably not for you because it's a very cinnamon-forward bourbon. But yeah, I mean, for the $20 that it costs, definitely worth a try.
I think so.
All right, well, this has been Old Tub on the Bourbon Note. Please like, comment, and subscribe. In the meantime, I'm Ben.
I'm Greg. Till next time. See you next time.